Welcome once again to the Movies and Stuff show. My name is Dan, and joining me is a man who traveled an hour back in time to do the show with me, Abe.
I keep telling you, this isn't time travel. It's the goddamn central time zone.
Yeah. You know what? And the Earth is round, Abe. The Earth is round.
Yes.
Sure.
No. Not according to popular hip-hop artists.
I'm actually going to bust out a rap by the end of this episode that explains why the Earth is flat. In fact, it's not just flat, it's a hexagon.
What's a that's like 6? 5?
Yeah. Pentagon is 5.
Pentagon's 5, okay.
Hexa, 6.
I don't speak Latin or Greek or whatever.
Did you study any languages? Did you ever study any languages?
I took a little Spanish, just the bare minimum that I had to.
Yeah, it took 4 years of high school Spanish.
Did you?
I did, 4 years.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It did not help me on my many trips to Spain. You know what helped me on my many trips to Spain? Having people that spoke Spanish with me.
Oh, yeah. There you go. That'll do it.
Really helped. You know what? I have an idea. It's for the third week in a row. Let us alienate a good portion of our show listeners by once again talking about football.
Hey.
I know you like that idea.
I do like that idea.
You know, so more playoffs. This is the championship series, championship games, right? We had Denver pulling up an upset over New England,
yeah.
Allowing Peyton Manning to once again beat Tom Brady in the playoffs.
What's he, 3-2?
Third straight time.
3-2 against him?
He's 3-2, but that doesn't matter. Third straight time, right?
Yeah.
And each time, man has gone to the Super Bowl that he's beaten Brady, right?
Yeah, I think you're right, isn't he?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think that's correct. At least the last 2 times, but I think when he won the Super Bowl, or no, when he went against New Orleans, I think anyway, 3 straight times he patted Belichick on the back and said, "This is probably my last rodeo." So
yeah, right.
There's that. And then on the other side, the NFC side of things, the NFC is known for its super close championship games. All of these recent championship games in the NFC, so close. Yeah. Overtime games and game-winning field goals. Carolina said, "Fuck all that," and they just went out,
demolished them,
demolished Arizona.
Oh, killed him.
I mean, it was good to see the real Carson Palmer finally show up this year.
Yeah, that's right. That's the Cincinnati Carson Palmer that we've all fell in love with.
That's the guy that we've come to know over the years. That was Carson Palmer.
That's the Bungles right there. Yep.
So, yeah, you know, I don't want to go on and on about this, but I've seen the lines around 3.5 to 5.5.
Yeah, it's getting up there.
Is there a number that, hypothetically, you would move on?
Man, I don't know. This is hard. 81% of the people are betting on Carolina with that 4.5-point line. 81%. I don't know, man. This is scary. I think Carolina wins. I think Denver's probably going to cover at the 4.5-point mark.
Because, I mean, what you're saying, though, is that Carolina's not going to beat Denver by a touchdown.
No, that's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah.
You know, and that to me doesn't seem crazy, beating Denver by a touchdown. Yet, everyone thought New England was going to beat Denver by a couple touchdowns.
I was on that camp of thinking that New England was going to win, but I took them at that 2.5-point line. I jumped on that early. And I stand behind that goddamn line.
Good move.
Yeah.
Good move.
But once it got up to, I wouldn't have taken them any higher. I don't know. I'm going to see. If it keeps climbing and climbing, I'm definitely going to lean more and more towards Denver to cover. I don't see how they win, though. God, Carolina looks so good, so scary.
Yeah. I mean, their offense looked great, and their defense is really good.
Yeah, no doubt.
And Denver's defense looked great, and their offense didn't fuck up. I mean, that's the whole thing. They didn't mess up. How many interceptions did Tom Brady throw?
Was it 2 or 3? There was 3 turnovers.
Technically, he threw 3, but officially he threw 2.
That's right. Okay.
Because it doesn't count when you go on the 2-point conversion.
Right. And I mean, that was a desperation throw. He just had to make something happen. I know.
Yeah.
But looking at that damn game, I see that the Chiefs were a healthy Justin Houston away from the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
You're right. That defense, neither one of those teams scare you.
Mm-mm.
No. Okay, I don't want to say something about that Denver Patriots game. 6 minutes to go. You got the ball on the Denver 18. You're down 8, and you go for it on 4th down? You kick the field goal. What are you afraid that Peyton's going to drive the ball down the field and you're not going to get it back?
You know what that shows me is that Belichick was afraid of the Denver defense. That's what it showed me. All day, Denver's defense was hitting Brady a lot. So much that they fired their offensive line coach after the game. Dude got fired.
He wasn't even allowed to get back on the plane.
Fired. Gone.
Left him in Denver.
Brady gets hit 23 times in a game. You're fired.
Right. And maybe
it doesn't matter if you have half your offensive line out on injury. Nope.
No.
Dude, you're fired.
And with that being said, I knew he threw the interceptions. He got hit a bunch of times. He still played a hell of a game to even keep him that close, I think.
320 plus yards, touchdown.
Yeah.
Great touchdown at the end to Gronk.
Right. He's so good.
He is 38 years old. He's 38. Doesn't look 38, as a quarterback. Peyton is 39.
Yeah.
And he looks 50.
He does. There's definitely a disparity there too.
There is a year apart, and they look vastly different. Thoughts on the Super Bowl, though? You think it's definitely it's just Carolina?
I don't know. I think that Carolina is going to win. Yeah, I just can't see that Peyton has it in him anymore to do this.
I have a theory.
Lay it on me.
Denver's going to win. And my theory is this. When Peyton Manning was good, he couldn't win big games and he couldn't win the Super Bowl. So now that he's broken down, it's like George Costanza doing the opposite of what he normally would do. Now he's going to win the big game. That's it.
I like it. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I think that's it. Oh, you know what? We're talking about Peyton Manning being good, and the last time Peyton Manning was really, really good, I guess, was when the XFiles was on TV. No, I'm kidding. He was good like 3 years ago. But Peyton Manning was really good when the XFiles was on TV. The XFiles probably wasn't that good when Peyton Manning was not good.
I don't think so.
Anyway, it's back. XFiles is back on TV. It's got a 6-episode series to please XFiles fans.
I don't know. It seems like it's pleasing some of them.
How you were an XFiles fan. Have you watched both episodes or just the first?
I've watched both episodes now.
What do you think?
I am not happy.
No?
They're not happy at all. No, I'm not digging this XFiles revival so far at all. The second episode was better than the first. That first episode was fucking terrible. I mean, there's just no getting around it. Terrible. I mean, what the hell? I've always jokingly said that X-Files fans truly hate the show because I mean, that's all we can do is just talk shit, especially when Chris Carter's involved. That's the two things. X-Files fans kind of hate the shows that Chris Carter does. And Chris Carter's the worst thing that ever happened to the X-Files. He really is. But I mean, okay. I don't even understand how in one speech, Carter decided he was going to retcon everything. Like, woof, all gone. Have you seen it?
Funny story.
Okay.
I DVR'd it.
Okay.
Because it was 10 p.m. on Sunday. It was going to come on?
Yeah.
I don't watch TV past 10 p.m. I just don't.
Okay.
Past 10 p.m. Unless I can't sleep and I flip on and watch the boring ass Golden State beat the Spurs. I rarely watch TV past 10 p.m. and whatever. So I DVR'd it. Well, guess what ran long on Sunday? The Carolina Panthers game.
Oh.
It ran about 15 minutes long with all the speeches and the trophies and stuff like that. So the last 15, 20 minutes of my XFiles DVR'd episode got cut off. So I didn't bother watching it. I didn't. I have the second one DVR'd, and the first one will be on demand soon. So I'm going to watch them. I'll watch them this week. That said, I know what happened in the first episode, so feel free to just kind of bitch about your issues with it. I'm not it's not spoiled. I don't care because
I'm telling you,
seen it. Yeah.
We're going to get a couple people to watch this episode eventually.
Yeah, I know. I've seen what happens in it, so I'm whatever. Go ahead. Okay,
in one speech, he just kind of throws everything out and says, "Well, maybe the aliens did exist, but now it's all the government, basically, or the uber elite fascists." I think is what he said. He actually thinks that it's not even aliens anymore; that it's just some cabal of people that are pulling all the strings and pretending they're aliens. I guess. I mean, what happened to the society that made the deal with aliens for global control? What happened with the warring factions of aliens that were involved in this galactic struggle to control worlds? The Arctic base used for alien hibernation, the black oil, Williams powers? No, it was just the government. I don't understand what the hell you were even thinking to do that. And nothing's changed. Like, I think the biggest problem I have with the X-Files is it just feels like it's continuing straight off from where they left off. They're not reflecting the world as it's changed now. I mean, we're under constant surveillance. Just because you throw out little quips like Uber or Edward Snowden doesn't mean you've actually changed. You're just throwing quips out. Mulder uses a smartphone and whatever Mac OS it's up to right now. I find it very hard to believe. I would think that Mulder would be hunting Twitter or Facebook and getting information that way.
Yes.
I just have so many problems with it. It seems like it's a show that's past its prime. It's just kind of limping along.
9.21.
There you go.
9.21.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. They said it wasn't going to be a reboot. And I kind of feel like that's bullshit because I feel like from what I've read, it's exactly a reboot because the fact is they had to kind of recover from all the bad writing that they wrote themselves into a corner because towards the last, 3 seasons at least? More? Last 3? Of like when
did Mulder leave yet? You talking
when did the show go off the rails?
Off the rails?
It was at least like 3 or 4 seasons.
It was, yeah.
And to have and then have the movies, so to recover from all of that, the only way you can do it is retcon.
Yeah.
Because if not, it's. But I'm not saying it's the right thing to do. I'm just saying the only way that they felt that they could do it was that.
Okay, you can retcon, but why not really retcon it? Why just make it one paragraph speech where Mulder just like forgets everything he's ever seen in his goddamn life? And yeah. I mean, why?
Again, we'll see. It's a 6-episode arc, so a lot of it could just be a red herring.
I hope so. Just like communism.
It's true. All right, so that's X-Files. I will watch it. Maybe we can discuss more of it when I do watch it.
That's assuming I'm going to watch any more.
You will, because that's...
Yeah, that's what you do.
That's what you do.
Yeah, unless it's Game of Thrones.
Oh, yeah. You still haven't watched last season, have you?
Nope.
No?
Nope. Nope. Still haven't finished Hannibal either there, Daniel.
You gave... In season 3, you waved the white flag, right?
Game of Thrones?
No. Hannibal, right?
Made like 2 episodes in. It was like, nah.
To season 3.
I
Yeah.
was like, no, this is.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, have you ever seen a movie called The Matrix?
I have seen The Matrix once or twice. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it has a brand new honor.
What's that?
You know, I'm an honest man, and I know you to be an honest man. You are named after a U.S. president who is known as the most honest president of all time.
Yes.
You know. So I know that you've never ever downloaded a torrent before.
Oh no, never.
In fact, you probably don't even know what a torrent is. I don't know if should I explain what a torrent is, or are you familiar enough with what a torrent is?
It's when it rains really hard.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, people share online files, these torrents, and some people have been doing it for well over a decade now.
Wow, it's hard to believe.
And The Matrix has been shared. One file of The Matrix has been shared for over 12 years. And it's right now known as the oldest torrent that's out there.
Yeah. Have you seen it though? Have you seen what they're talking about? It's an ASCII version of The Matrix. I love that. Just, the old I don't know how you describe ASCII art. Just characters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's wonderful. I just love that that's the oldest thing.
Still around.
Unbelievable.
Now, okay, so not fessing up here. Like I don't do any of the download. You know that I don't do any of the download stuff. I haven't downloaded anything. But back in the day when it was the norm, like you had Napster and Kazaa was the other one, right?
Kazaa, Winamax. Emu.
When it was the thing to do, I did it.
You were a trendy kid. Yeah.
Everyone was doing it. Yeah, so it's like it was the cocaine of the internet. It's like, well, it's there, so might as well. No, I got a lot of great music off of Kazaa and off of, Napster and stuff like that. But I mean, I stopped doing the download stuff. So I don't know. I don't even know where to find this stuff anymore. But people do. And people still share it and show that you don't really watch Game of Thrones as the most pirated show ever.
Ever.
Yeah.
Is it? I had no idea it was most pirated ever. I guess it makes sense. HBO. People aren't going to pay.
HBO doesn't even seem to care. That's a funny thing.
There's that little bit of evidence that shows that piracy equals sales. So, yeah.
So, anyway, I don't know. That's all I got.
That's the stuff. That's the stuff right there.
Let's get some legal stuff out of the way. If you like what we say, please like this video, comment below, subscribe to our channel. We are going to take a quick break. When we return, we will break down the top 10 worst time travel movies. Stay tuned.